I'm out in the garden right now to harvest some things. I know I have a lot of lettuce that's ready to be picked, and I'm gonna check my peas too because I've seen quite a few of them that are ready to be picked. I have 3 varieties of seeds planted for peas, and the maturity for all of them is anywhere from 60 to 70 days. And I'm a couple of days away from the 60-day mark. I think some of them are ready, but if not, then I'll just leave some of them on for another week or so. But I have time right now, so I'm going to try to harvest some of them along with the lettuce. But while I'm out here, I'll just give a quick update on what I have growing. So in this row here, I have vining crops. I have cucumber and zucchini planted here on the end. And then I have a couple different varieties of squash. I think there's 4 of each variety. So I have 8 holes with squash plants. Then I have ornamental gourds, which I think are these 2 here. And then down here I have a couple varieties of pumpkins planted. The next row over from the vining crops, I have tomatoes and peppers. I put peppers all along the west side of this fencing and tomatoes all along the east side of the fencing so that I can stake them up to the fencing as they get a little bit bigger. But they all seem to be doing well and are healthy. Some of the earlier varieties of peppers are already producing, and I see a lot of baby tomatoes starting. I need to get out here and stake some of these up. Like this one here, you can see is already kind of getting big and weighed down, so I need to get that staked up. I have a lot of different varieties of peppers. So here's some sriracha peppers. They're growing. And an early summer pepper there. You can see some of the tomatoes starting to bear some fruit. So down on this end of the garden, there's a lot more going on. I have this whole tarp is beans, bush beans. So there's 3 rows, 320 holes per row, so almost 1,000 plants. Not all of them germinated, so it won't quite be 1,000, but we should definitely get enough beans to feed our family. The next tarp over is the peas, and you can kind of see that they're all kind of fallen and connected. And in hindsight, I maybe should have staked them. I thought that they would be fine without being trellised, but the main issue that I have with it is that I did 1 row of each variety, and when they grow connected, they tie together, and it's hard to tell when I'm harvesting which plant I'm harvesting from to know which variety I'm grabbing. So next year I would probably do it different and alternate peas and beans every other row, or at least plant 3 rows of 1 variety of peas a third of the way, switch varieties a third of the way, and switch varieties a third of the way, so that if they connect, I'll still know what variety I'm grabbing and it won't be as big of a deal. Either that or trellis them. But it seemed like a lot to have to trellis 80 feet 3 times. So that's the peas and the beans. Now we'll go look at the other side. So on this tarp here, I have 9 different things planted. So on this end, I have 3 different varieties of lettuce. And you can see that the rabbits have had their way with my lettuce here. There's the rabbit. Lettuce thief. And then about a third of the way down, I have kale, Swiss chard, and spinach. I just harvested over 5 gallons of kale, probably last week, and I already need to come out and harvest it again. There's so much. And then on the other end, there's parsnips, turnips, and rutabaga. And then over here, I have a whole tarp of onions and garlic. I think I planted 55 red onions, 55 yellow onions, and 55 white onions. And then 2 of the rows on the end are garlic, and then the other row on the end is all beets. Those are for my dad. He specifically requested Ruby Queen beets. And then this is all potatoes. I have Yukon Gold potatoes, red potatoes, and sweet potatoes. So those are starting to flower and look really pretty. But that's the garden update. Here's what it looks like. Well, I ended up with enough lettuce to give me lunch for the next couple of days, and I got a ton of peas, and I probably only harvested half, maybe not even half, of one row of my peas, and I got this many peas. I'll try to remember to get a weight on it when I go inside and see if I can put that on the screen, but I will probably end up with 6 times more peas than this because there's still so much on that row, and I have 2 more rows to go. So we'll see how much I end up with. Good.